Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekend reading. This is the tarot card reading for the weekend of October 25th and 26th, 2025. Thanks for being here. Let's look and see what the cards have to say to us about the weekend ahead. End of the month is coming up fast, and so is Samhain or Halloween, All Hallows. I hope you all have appropriate plans and have a wonderful time over the next week or so as we go through what is the end of the Celtic year. Because of that, you'll probably see me using decks like the Wildwood, the Druidcraft, all of that a bit more. Today, I'm going to do something, and I might do this a couple more days as we go in towards Samhain. I'm going to focus on a favorite artist of mine, Will Worthington. He's the guy behind the artwork of the Wildwood Tarot. He is also the artist of the Druidcraft Tarot. And the Oracle today I've never used on this channel before, and so I'm going to use it. I felt called to use it. He also did the artwork on that, and it is an Ogham Oracle, which is the Celtic Oracle of the trees. So it's a very special deck that I found by surprise at a used bookstore about a year or so ago. So I'm looking forward to being able to use that and in conjunction with the decks for the weekend. So for this very special weekend before All Hallows, let's take a look and see what the Wildwood has to say. Wow. Went flying, and it landed on the Ogham Oracle. So we got magic happening now. I love it. Queen of Arrows, Queen of Swords, clarity, decisiveness, maternal cutting, strength and action in play. And the next one is flying like it wanted to come right out there. Okay. I love it when it goes like this. So we have the Queen of Swords, and let me just double check. Yes, we're good. And the Seven of Bows. Ooh, so this weekend. Okay. So it is time to get serious about what you want to cut out of your life. It is time to take a very and it's interesting too, because the Queen of Swords, before I get into that, Queen of Swords is Swan, which is, you would think, would be beauty and grace and love and connection. And that is all true. But the Queen of Arrows, the Queen of Swords, is beautiful, is caring, is compassionate, but she is intelligent and she is strong and she takes care of so many things. So here, what's being asked is a certain amount of intelligence, grace, and clarity, cutting through things that are not priorities. Find your priorities this weekend. Look at what you need to clear. Look at what you want to connect to. What brings you strength? What brings you passion? Again, I'm almost feeling like this is a continuation of the Lover's card and the addictive patterns and all of that happened on Friday. I think we're definitely feeling a little bit of that as we're moving through the weekend, and it is the end of the Celtic New Year, or the end of the Celtic year. It is a time to clear things out. It is a time to get ready for winter. It is a time to focus on priorities of what is important for you and your continual growth and nurturing and abundance. So look at what you can clear away, whether that be cleaning up around the house, whether that be looking at habits that are no longer serving you and looking to clear them out, looking at relationships or things that are distracting you or taking your energy away from a particular direction you want to go. Please focus on all that this weekend. And I think you're going to see there's a lot of energy that's going to support that. For me, the Queen of Arrows means a very particular spirit guide, entity, spirit buddy that I work with, and it is her time of the year. So this makes a lot of sense for me, and I hope it does for you as well. Take the time, if you have extra time this weekend, take some time to sit down and really focus on what is gumming up the works, what is not helping you stay connected, and clear that out and get ready to put it on the bonfire of Samhain. All right. That is pretty clear and direct. I don't know what else we can add to this. These cards I love because sometimes you can put them together and they make a picture. Not so much here. It's almost like she's swimming by and appraising the work that's being done. But again, there's a lot of clearing going on. And what's happening is not only are they clearing it, and this is an important point about the weekend, they're clearing it for the bonfire, yes, but they are also clearing it and from that finding supplies to continue on. So they're making more bows from the things that they are clearing, from the extra trees they are cutting. They are looking and finding what they can use in the future and share with others, share with the tribe. So keep that in mind this weekend as we move forward. All right, let's get into the Ogham Oracle. This is, I believe it's called the Green Man Tree Oracle. I will show you the cover. I will probably have to reference the book on this because this is not an oracle that is one of my strong suits, but they felt very strongly about being a part of the weekend reading today. And they've sat on my shelf now, and they didn't want to be used, but they wanted to come say hi. And it is in here. Oh, I'm being told. Okay, all right. It's one of those readings. Cool. We're going to use the pendulum. See if I can get these to move apart. I was so happy to find this deck. It was actually unused in a used bookstore. It was great. Found it at a half-price books for really cheap. Not gonna lie. All right, let's take a look and see what the Ogham wants to tell us. For those of you that use the Ogham or are familiar with the Ogham, I'm going to apologize in advance. I think I'll probably start using these cards a bit more. Maybe that's what I need to focus on as we go to this Celtic New Year. Yeah, okay. You guys can't see the pendulum there. My apologies, but it is pretty much that card right there. Will Worthington likes his big decks, and I think it is appropriate because it really features his artwork, and I love it. Matter of fact, the Wildwood is one of the smallest decks. Now, this is a cut-down deck. I've trimmed this deck, but Wildwood is one of the smaller decks I've seen of his. All right. Gooseberry. Oh, there we go. Get to focus. Afin, Gooseberry. Let's see what Gooseberry has to tell us. So here's the entry from the book. You can pause and read that if you would like. But this is about ancestral, a connection to ancestral lore and ancestral meaning and ancestral wisdom. Ancestors are not only the people from whom we are descended, but also the primal parents from whom all humanity derives. Every thought, every word, dream, and idea is held first in the realm of the ancestors. Traditional shamans say that to go there is to enter a state of being in which they can access all this stored information. And when they need to find the answer to a profound question or need, it is to this realm they resort. You have the right to draw on the collective wisdom of those who have walked the path before you. So what I am pulling from this is that and it's also important because we're coming up on All Hallows. We're coming up on the ancestor holiday, basically. And tap into that. Tap into that ancestral knowledge. Tap into that ancestral support and love when you go about looking at what you need to clear from your life. Okay, they can help you here. And it's almost what I heard actually as I was reading that part was this vibe and feeling of clearing out this energy so you can connect with the ancestors more on All Hallows. And it's a matter of that stuff gets in the way. The stuff that needs to be cleared out gets in the way of that connection, gets in the way of tapping into that broader, wider, deeper knowledge set that is so useful from a day-to-day perspective, a season-to-season perspective. So take some time this weekend and maybe set up a little ancestor altar. Maybe see what you can clear out and make space so you can connect with your own ancestors. Okay? And really the ancestors of all of us. And I like that part in the book where it talks about that. And who better to lead the way on that than the Queen of Swords? Yeah, that's pretty, actually very powerful. All right, everybody. I feel like I need to draw another card. It feels like some big stuff. All right, I'm just going with the flow on this one today. Oh, I just passed it. We're just going to go with it. Trust in the unknown. All right, there we go. There we go. So take some time this weekend. Look at what you need to clear out in your life. I know that's kind of a big ask, but it can be small things. It doesn't have to be a big major clearing. This is a way of looking at things and refocusing and seeing what you need to clear out and then beginning to work on that every day. This feels like a larger message about where we are in the calendar and what we are moving towards as far as the full moon, which you can check out the moon path reading at the end of this video, and Samhain and the end of the Celtic New Year. And a lot of cultures use this time of year to mark the end of the year. What does that mean for you? How do you clear the way so you can connect with the ancestors a bit more? All right. All right, gang. What a reading. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy this connection. Enjoy clearing out. Like there's a certain energy you can get behind here where there's a passion and an energy and a spark to really know that you're clearing out for something really good to enter that space. Okay, trust in the unknown and have a great weekend. And let me know what you thought of the Worthington Fest. More to come. I have one other deck of his I might bring out and we'll go from there. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace and strength. And I will see you on the daily reading for Monday.